Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Hannah Wallace, and today we're at Thomson Reuters joined by Malcolm Wright. We're going to be talking about financial crime. Malcolm, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me today.
No, thank you.
Firstly, a new approach is emerging that's going to help us detect, prevent and disrupt financial crime. Can you share your thoughts on this innovative approach? Who's involved and how can business help to support it?
I think we're faced with an unprecedented time at the moment where criminal finances are flowing through our financial systems, and criminals tend not to respect boundaries. They tend not to use one bank account. They won't be respectful of data privacy or data protection, and these kinds of behaviours leave us with a discrepancy between what we can do in the legitimate system to fight financial crime and the way in which they're behaving. So what we're starting to see is the emergence of financial intelligence sharing partnerships, or FISPs. The first of these we'll see in the UK under the Joint Money Laundering Intelligence Task Force, which started as a pilot scheme and is now moving into a full production system. It's been enshrined into UK law. We're also seeing this in Hong Kong, Singapore, Canada, United States and Australia. In fact, over 20 countries have now signed up to supporting the FISP initiative, largely a result of the London Anti-Corruption Summit in 2015. And Thomson Reuters has also been involved in the initiative. So we have supported an in-depth study and report in collaboration with the Royal United Services Institute, or RUSI, here in London, NJM Advisory, HSBC and EY. And this report really looked at the success factors for a FISP, but also really what the challenges are to moving forwards and progressing with a FISP. This report was published in October 2017 and was presented to the Financial Action Task Force, the FATF, as well as other policy bodies, really to look at how to further the policy discussion and to inform and support the agenda.
I see. And what benefits do information sharing partnerships between law enforcement agencies and financial institutions bring to business around the world?
I think the first point is really looking at the success of being able to detect previously uncovered or undetected financial crime. So it's being able to really uncover that financial crime that we couldn't see before. It's difficult sometimes to measure, because when we start to look at the information that might be provided from a FISP, that's really only part of the picture that brings evidence to support, for example, a criminal conviction. However, the success we can report on is something, if we look at the Gimlet in the UK, up until March 2017, they had managed to confiscate about £7 million worth of suspected criminal funds, 63 arrests, and uncovered 2,000 previously unknown bank accounts that appeared to have suspicious transactions. If we looked at Hong Kong, in the first 4 months of operation in 2017, they had arrested 65 people and uncovered about 2 million Hong Kong dollars. So there is really some success, early success, that's starting to emerge from these very nascent FISPs. We also need to look at things, for example, like suspicious activity reports, which general commentary suggests are not working at the moment. The growth is around 11% per year. And how, through better collaboration and partnerships, so banks talking to banks or banks talking to regulators or law enforcement, how we can better provide information to and fro the organisations to better inform and provide better quality SARs as a result.
And how will financial information sharing help combat money laundering within the banking system for the future?
So I think the report that we produced in 2017 really highlighted 5 principles that a FISP, to establish a FISP. The first of those being leadership and trust. So to have a buy-in from government, from law enforcement, from data privacy, from the leadership and banks as well, that they really want to collaborate and work together. Then there's legislative clarity. Can you actually share information between organisations? Does the law support it? There needs to be good governance and robust governance around data protection and other issues that might come up in the process of forming a FISP. There needs to be technology. So at the moment, a lot of these FISPs, because it's very early, are very much manual. And this now needs to move into using technology and analytics to really drive volume and value to be able to uncover and detect new types of crime. And the last point is really around evolution. So these FISPs will need to be able to adapt and to evolve rapidly in order to keep pace with the changes to how illicit money is flowing through the system. All of this really leads us into where the future might lie, the benefits. So improved SAR reporting, for example, is one thing. Better efficiency and effectiveness of law enforcement, being able to target their resources where they have the best intelligence and the best information flowing back from banks. And similarly for banks, being able to target their resources towards where they can actually get greater value from being able to take information from law enforcement and use that information to target an approach and look at the accounts and their clients.
And finally, what are organisations doing to be part of this movement? And are there best practice systems that are being put in place to facilitate this movement?
So at the moment, it's still very much nascent. So I believe that what we're going to see is more and more organisations being brought in, but where a FISP is being established, it may be a fairly closed group, so maybe not everybody is involved to begin with. However, that doesn't mean that organisations can't prepare. They can't start to work in collaboration, keep close to the law enforcement and to regulators, to collaborate where they can, to respond to consultations, for example, and to prepare their own internal teams. So starting to look at how they can file better SARs with the information that they do have, to ensure they have the investigative capability, and to look at their technology. So how can they use technology better to better inform the investigations and the SARs that they're doing.
Malcolm, this has been great. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
And thank you for watching.